crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadrunner.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chaga coffee. I gotta point out something funny. Silver investors, silver bugs. The amount of emails I get when silver goes down, it went down 90 cents or something. And I get like 100 emails. Oh my God, what's going on? They're rigging it lower. When it goes up 90 cents, they say, oh yes, silver is way undervalued. Come on, people. It's kind of funny. I mean, try to ride down a crash from $50 down to $9. The reality of silver market rigging has not ended. It's still at the control of a little click of a mouse. One click of a mouse, silver price goes to zero. And it can even go negative. Yes, the silver price can go negative because they're not trading silver. They're trading COMEX contracts. If you don't think silver can go negative, look at the gas price. Look at the oil price when it went negative $40. Everyone's, oh my God. It was all about storage costs, Bix, don't you know? Don't you think they store silver? What if they go to zero? It's just too expensive. I got to get rid of my contracts. It is a game, my friends. It is a ridiculous game, but it is a game. It is fraud. It is a financial system based on quicksand fraud that has to be continually rigged and updated and supported. It can't just run on its own. You need Steve Mnuchin clicking his mouse back there at the Treasury. Yes, he was the head of computer market rigging at Goldman Sachs. Why do you think he ended up as the head of the Treasury? Although I had a long discussion with my good friend and spiritual mentor, Christoph Melchizedek, yesterday as part of the timeline series I'm going to be posting on the private road this weekend. Great stuff. You guys, now's the time to join the private road. But we're talking about this movie called Jupiter Ascending. Basically all about what's going on in the ET world right now. And we've been a prison planet and all this stuff. Way Q type stuff. So all you conspiracy haters, you wouldn't want to join the road. But really interesting movie. And he's the guy who told me to watch it a few times. It's about the mining of energy and harvesting of the human population by certain royal families. It's in the Dick Allgaier world. But then I'm watching the end of the movie, and I've seen it like 3 or 4 times, and I get it. I get what the analogy is, what's real, and what's kind of a representation. And scarily enough, a lot of it's real. But so we talk about that, and I told him, oh my God, I got to the end of the movie. They're showing the credits, and guess who one of the co-producers was of Jupiter Ascending? Steve Mnuchin. I kid you not. Yes, he was in Hollywood after he stole money in the housing market. Steve Mnuchin was one of the co-producers of this movie talking about, oh my God, you got to join the Road Ruta just for that. We had over an hour-long conversation about our future and where humanity's headed, and he's really upbeat. He's like, yes, not only can we win the war, we have won the war. And we just got to get our intentions aligned, stop allowing these ETs and the spiritual negativity and things like that. And I'm 100% on that page. The Road to Root has always been on that page. I feel it in my gut. We can beat these guys. We don't have to continue to be under their rule. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And we are winning the war, and we will win the war, especially understanding that it's a spiritual war. Yes, they can set off a nuclear bomb, but we have spiritual guides who can stop them from doing that, as well as the incoming asteroids and all this shit. We are being protected, but all you got to do is do your part. Be the best that you can be. Fight the good fight. And the fight in silver is a good fight. They shouldn't rig our markets. We should have free markets for humanity to express themselves in markets, or we shouldn't have markets at all. I'm very excited. By the way, Word Wednesday is posted. Word Wednesday is posted with Paige on the Instagram channel. I will post it on YouTube shortly. We talk about stocks and the conspiracy behind it. I mean, she's awesome. Paige is awesome. Check those out. There's actually a page on the private road. It's on the public road, I think, of all the Word Wednesdays. Just go to roadtoruder.com. And, oh, look at that. This is the private road. Oh, my God. All right, I'm jumping around. Anyway, go to the public road, and you scroll down. You'll see Word Wednesday with Paige. We have a great discussion there. There's like 4 or 5 of them now. But next week is going to be about regulators. I can't wait for that one. She's going to explain what the world thinks about regulators. I'm going to tell the world what I think about regulators. So check that out. But I just posted on the private road in the year 0 updates. The number one industrial hedger, short rigger, is Kodak. And they've been all over the news lately, right? Stock up 300%. Trump gives them a random $765 million loan to make pharmaceuticals. You got to go to the Road to Ruta for this one. Anyway, yes, by the way, Kodak shifts to drug production with help of $765 million U.S. loan from a random U.S. bank, U.S. government bank-like institution. You don't think there's a little bailout going on in their silver short position? Go to Road to Ruta. Eastman Kodak has won a $765 million government loan under the Defense Production Act, the first of its kind. The purpose, to help expedite domestic production of drugs that can treat a variety of medical conditions and loosen the U.S. reliance on foreign sources, and ... to bail them out of their silver short position that they were losing tens of millions of dollars every day, every tick up. It's a hint. But here's the thing. Kodak has been, for the last 100 plus years, one of the main silver riggers. Started with photography, obviously, and then moved on to other things. But they have been through the bullion banks. Now, when you see JP Morgan for customer, this is who customer is. But check this out. It's real weird. The one-time leader in photography sales is gearing up to produce ingredients for a number of generic drugs, including the anti-malarial drug hydroxychloroquine that President Trump has touted in the treatment of coronavirus. Meanwhile, the U.S. is aiming to shift from relying on countries such as China, India. Kodak chief executive Jim Continza, and officials said he did an interview, and you could see he was really downhearted. Listen to this. The loan is from the, quote, U.S. International Development Finance Corporation, a government agency akin to a bank, the official said. What? You don't think there's anything going on behind the scenes? It is insane. Anyway, you got to go to Road to Ruta for the juicy stuff. But yeah, hey, come on, guys. Silver's up, has doubled in the last couple months, and you're getting all freaked out about a $1 drop? Would you rather buy silver when it's going up at high prices or down low at low prices? If you believe silver's worth $500, $600, $700, who cares about a dollar drop? As a matter of fact, you should be very, very happy, extremely happy. It'll make you that much richer if you go buy a hell of a lot of silver. Listen to the interview I did yesterday with Andy Scheckman, Andy at milesfranklin.com if you want to buy silver. Andy at milesfranklin.com. It's hard to get silver now. Premiums, you're gonna pay a hell of a lot in premiums. Why? The U.S. Mint's shutting down. Why is the U.S. Mint shutting down? Because they're breaking the law, Steve Mnuchin. The law says you must provide silver eagles in quantities to meet demand. That is the law. That is the law of the land. It's not the law for gold eagles, only silver eagles. It is illegal to shut down silver eagle production, Steve Mnuchin. They did change the law so that Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, gets to decide what is enough to meet demand. But clearly, if you can't buy any silver eagles, without like a $5 or $10 premium, it's not enough to meet demand. Read the law. Yes, I know they changed it when I was screaming about it 10 years ago. Changed the law so that the Treasury Secretary makes the decision of whether or not we're meeting demand. Well, I can write him a 100-page novel on the fact that we are not meeting demand when it comes to silver eagle production. As a matter of fact, every time the price goes down, meaning in the supply-demand market, that's oversupply, right? The price going down is there's an oversupply of metal. Not true in the silver world. They run out of silver. The price goes down and they run out of silver. What? It's a con. It's fake. These numbers are fake. They mean nothing. I think the number was, I was going to pull it up, the COMEX Silver number yesterday was over 100 million contracts again. I think it was like 150 or 200 million. It is completely off the rails with open interest not changing at all. It's not changing at all. It's like going to Walmart, right? And on a Black Monday? No, what do they call it? Black Friday, or the Friday before Christmas when all the sales happen. Here's the analogy we can use on the COMEX Silver market. It's like going into that where you wait in line and everybody rushes the door. All the sales on silver or on all the goods within Walmart, everybody's going crazy. Picture this. All day long, people are buying and selling stuff. And everybody walks out of Walmart with nothing. Nothing, as if nothing happened. But they were in there in a mad frenzy all day long. That's what's going on the COMEX. 300,000 contracts, 1.5 billion ounces of silver trade back and forth within one trading day at the COMEX, and nobody walks out of the store with anything. It's like it's not even a credit to their account. The open interest doesn't change. Why'd they even go in there? They might have changed positions within the banks. JP Morgan gave 100,000 contracts over to Citibank for some accounting gimmick. It's a con. And the regulators at the CFTC are just too stupid to figure that out. 3 investigations into the manipulation of silver and they couldn't find anything. They're sitting on JP Morgan's desk watching them very closely. The DOJ comes in and says, "Oh, what are you talking about? Here's 6 traders who were rigging with each other and other banks, and we're going to bring them up on RICO charges, racketeering charges." But the CFTC couldn't figure that out, even though Ted Butler provided them all the information they needed. It's a con. So don't look at price. Price doesn't matter in silver. What matters is what you're holding in your hands. If you have SLV, good luck with that. You'll get 0. You don't. That's banker-owned metal. Unless you're an authorized participant, you can't get your hands on that. It's part of the Ponzi scheme. It's part of the rig job. SLV was created back when they took Warren Buffett's silver. The banking cabal took Warren Buffett's silver because Warren Buffett, General Rhee was in some problems, broke the law. So they went to Buffett and said, "We're going to bust you unless you give up your silver position." And which he said, "Whatever you want, Mr. Government, Mr. Banker." And they created SLV with the Warren Buffett silver. And now all the bankers store their metal there and say, "Hey, I can hedge all I want on the COMEX because I own physical metal in the silver ETF. See, I'm an authorized participant." And JP Morgan says, "Oh, well, I'm the custodian, so I can lease it out to everybody too." It's a con. It's a con, my friends. Anyway, very excited about working on this timeline post that will be coming up for Private Road members. Go to roadrooter.com, hit subscribe today, and you can join the Private Road. You can get my take on what's going on with Kodak and hydroxychloroquine and our government. I'm going to talk about that again later today in the Private Road because there's so much more behind that. And yeah, good stuff. Anyway, this is Bix Weir, roadrooter.com. Don't forget, join today. Hit subscribe today, and I'll send you 100 Theta and 100 Theta Fuel. Theta is the future of the internet, in my opinion. It's a lottery ticket, basically. It's Bix Weir. I'll talk to you guys later.